Report. I'm here with Adam Barta and John Anderson. We're back here at the facility in Bandus Heights. Fellas, what a great weekend this past weekend. You had pretty much what I call a showcase. A lot of college guys and a lot of pro guys there. I thought it was a beautiful weekend.
Yeah, it was nice. We had our top 4 teams in our program: our varsity blue, varsity black, varsity red, and the Minnesota Classic. And you know what scouts want to see besides just the toolsy parts of the showcase is guys play games.
Sure.
They got to see guys with the skills and what they can do in the game. So it was a great weekend. Every team went 1-1. You know, it'd have been nice for my team to go 2-0.
Right,
but
right.
Everybody split, so it was good competition. It's a good competition. You know, there wasn't any blowouts. Pitching was awesome. A lot of guys throwing strikes, and the scouts that were there, probably 15 scouts, saw some pretty good baseball.
Sure. And Johnny, I know you manage one of the teams. Are you the black or the blue team?
I'm the blue.
You're the blue. You guys, you got some pretty good players on your squad. You want to talk about a few of them?
Sure. You know, the whole squad is pretty good overall. There's a lot of athletic ability. Probably the one thing that stands out on the team is the arm strength. There's a couple pitchers. There's a young man, Logan Shore, who's the only junior on the team, who's probably
he was lighting up the
guy.
Yeah, he was lighting up the radar gun. You know, I did not know Logan was a pitcher. I've been around the program last year, and I saw him at shortstop and third base or whatever. That was my first impression on the mound, and boy, was it an impression.
Yeah, it's not a lot of 16-year-olds, sitting at 90 miles an hour, and he's one of them. So you're not going to miss him once he's on the bump there.
You know, he kind of reminds me body structure of a young Michael Kadire. When I saw him last year, not to put any pressure on the kid, but when I saw that body and I saw him as a shortstop, which Michael was when the Twins drafted him as the #1 pick, he looked just like Logan.
Yeah, he's got that big square outline, square shoulders, and he's just a big frame. On the mound, he kind of reminds me of a Josh Beckett body. Just a big top half. Really could handle some strain.
You say
Throw
Josh,
120 pitches.
You say Josh Beckett, I just think of the Boston collapse. So unfortunately, that's why I laughed, because you said Josh Beckett made me think of the Boston Red Sox and what happened to them. And Adam, when you put on something like this, you get the college coaches and the scouts are there. It was impressive to watch last weekend. How's that happen? Do they contact you, or this program does showcase its athletes?
Yeah, absolutely. 3 or 4 years ago, we'd be on the horn all the time. Calling coaches, hey, come to our stuff.
Sure.
We have these guys. We have a Logan Shore. We have a Jake Mathis. We have this person or that person. Now, and they came. And now, when coaches typically come see a baseball team play, whether it be a high school team or a Legion team, there's 1 or 2 really good players.
Yeah. And
now, when they're coming to our games, they know that 1 through 12 in our lineup and our pitching staff, 1 through 7,
Sure.
are all legit guys. Our number 8 pitcher on our second team is a Division I type of player. So coaches know when they're coming to see the Blizzard play, they're not just coming to watch 1 or 2 guys. They're coming to watch a dozen players who are legitimate prospects. So now, when we send our emails out or contact the coaches and just let them know, hey, here's our schedule.
Right. Now
they sort of flock, and it's nice for the kids because along with getting better and being a better baseball player and being a part of a program that wins. I mean, they're in their juniors and senior year. Their goal is to move on to college.
Right,
So
exactly.
They know once they put on the Blizzard uniform, they're going to get that exposure automatically. Right. It just comes with it.
You mentioned about the kids and the prospects, and Johnny, I know one thing that I saw, and you haven't been a professional player yourself, a lot of left-handed pitchers. I was shocked how many guys in this organization or association are left-handed.
I guess it's just luck of the draw, but this year in particular, we laugh about it because there's a half a dozen guys that are 6'4" lefties, which makes you a prospect. Right when you walk in a room, you pick up your pen with the left hand and you're 6'4", you're a pitcher.
Right.
Yep, you're a prospect.
Well, and not only that, but some of them have velo. But what I noticed more than anything with these guys is their touch feel with their pitches, and being of such a young age, to have the ability to try to throw a breaking ball for a strike or to use a changeup. I did notice that the kids were actually trying to use their whole arsenal.
And I'll actually, unfortunately, have to give credit to Adam on this.
Sure.
The pitching side, I try to stay out of the way of those pitchers, man. But one thing we do preach is attacking a strike zone early and just pitching to contact. Once kids realize they don't have to be afraid of the bat, then they can use their secondary pitches and get ahead in the count and really develop their whole game of pitching. I think that's the key to the program, and the mechanics point and the mental side of pitching is Adam teaches the whole program. So like I said, I have to kind of throw the credit over there a
Back
little
over
bit.
The recruiting process now, to piggyback what John was saying, was the ability to throw strikes with all your pitches from a recruiting standpoint in colleges and even pro scouts, but more college scouts now aren't looking for the flamethrower type of guy.
Yep.
In the past dozen years or however many years college has been using metal bats, especially the past 10, you had -5s and then -3s with the big barrels. Now they've moved to BB core just this past year.
Sure.
So
and it was a big factor in the college game this year.
Huge factor. I mean, we heard from college coaches all around the country. We talked to the Vanderbilt coach, talked to the Oregon coach, and our kids, even in batting practice, were 30, 40 balls to be leaving the field in batting practice, in a college batting practice.
Sure.
And now it's like 3 or 4 during BP.
Yeah.
So, it's been a huge factor from a recruiting process. A Division I isn't necessarily looking for a 90 guy anymore.
Right.
They're looking for a guy that can pitch to certain sides of the plate.
Yes, most definitely. And having scouting in my background and being in the minor leagues, there was a period of time that when kids showed up into professional ball after going to college, they were afraid of attacking the strike zone. So I've noticed with this program, you guys do a nice job of getting these kids to go after the hitters, and it's a great thing to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back on the other side, I'll be with Adam and Johnny, and we'll be talking about different topics in the game, like pitch count, how to slide, and being a good contact hitter. This is Al Newman. I'll see you on the other side.